All right, y'all, let's get into aliens and light and break some things down for us with technology and the future and get into some crazy talk, okay? So we sent out space signals years back, and the strongest signal takes us to November 16th, which is a 9/11 mirror, and 1974, and that's the 47. On the flip side for the election right now, and you've also had the Morse message in 1962, and also the poetic vaginal signal sent out in 1986. That's the 89 flip, and that ties to the birth of the man-child for this year. The cosmic call number 1, 1999, and the teenage message 2001. 1999 is the year before the millennium, and the 666 mirror, and the 2001 is the year of 9/11. So, sent these signals out. These beings seem to operate in light of some sort, and I happen to be one of these people who has seen orbs and various types of craft that I've told you in other videos, and I have also seen what I call the mothership that took up a third of the night sky, and it went behind the mountains and even kept going. But what I saw was the sky was gone, the stars were gone, and then the stars were there later. So there was something there covering it. And this was over the Yellowstone area. I was also grabbed on the neck, and that same night my wife experienced something like over her, kind of paralyzing her. So this entity, I was laying on my stomach, head this way. I woke up with something grabbing my neck. I was full blown awake. I was like, what the hell? Who is in my house? Anyways, I moved ever so slightly to see if it was real, and they squeezed my neck, and all of a sudden my body just like went paralyzed. I could not move at all. And then I woke up the next morning with this story. So I've had various things happen in that house. I also had the bathroom. It sounded like somebody was slamming the seat against the back of the toilet or whatever, but it would always happen in the other bathroom. Like if I was in the front of the house, it would happen in the back. If we was in our room, it would happen in the front bathroom. But either way, things like that. So the aliens and the light and the technology and the AI and all these things, space, flat earth, round earth, all these will give you different perspectives on things, but if everything is right here inside in this dome, these things operate in light, and they're here, and they can be using clouds to move in, or however it all works. But the point of this is man is the highest form of technology on this earth, as we are liquid metal machines ran on this light, and this light is connected to another light, and this light is what talks to us, what we listen to, what we call thinking. So everything begins with a thought and an idea. So there's at one point this man I got to send out a signal, or I got to make this, I got to make that, whatever. Okay, something always starts with a light going off in the brain. So there's something connecting us to an energy that's propelling us forward, okay? And once we get to a certain point, it's like a make or break situation to where if we're going to keep going forward, we got to do this, that, and the other, and use what we've just built on and push it to us to the next level. Otherwise, what we created is going to be an end to us. All right, and this is where God's people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because as we so-called get dumber, then the smartness goes away. But this is where we're becoming one with the machine in a way. So as we become one with the machine is connected to the earth is connected to us, we're connected to it, and these things all flow together, and the machine becomes one with us, and we become one with the earth, and that's where we can see the matrix and around us and how these things connect at the most basic standpoints to get us from one point to another point, or however, okay? So as the smartphone is there to take knowledge, it is there to give knowledge as well, because it has taught some of us how to go forage food, or how to do living soil systems and farm better, and all these things, and it's bringing the whole world ideas into one, to where there are no rules, boundaries, and limitations, to where we don't have to do it the big ag way or the doctor's way or whatever. We can take things into our own hand and bring our own light to us. So this is where the religions and the begotten sons are given, all here to control us in a physical world. And as we're going into new heaven and earth and such, a new way of being, a new way of thinking, a new way of operating, however that may be different or the same, there are things that are a constant in a neutral standpoint, and the positives and negatives are what have those shocks and burnouts. So that's kind of where the left and right are going to come together and be shocked out, and then we have the whatever's the neutral line left over, and we come back as the sons of God with the hands, and then rebuild the positive and negative. So that's where we're at, but we're also at, on a world standpoint, where we have technology, where man is that machine, and we are looking at the machine according to an image given life, as far as the Optimus robots or whatever. And obviously the celebrities are going to have those first, and they may or may not even be real. It could be somebody with a joystick controlling these robots for the presentation or whatever, like on a small scale. And then once it gets to a certain level and those robots learn enough, then that's when you could get your other stuff going. But just like right now, when they sell an Optimus robot, they know that not that many people are going to buy them, so they could actually have a staff behind the curtain of Oz that's actually doing that. And so somebody's watching you do this, that, and the other with the robot machine. But that's where they're already doing that now. So either way, and a lot of this is just to test, to gather information, so it can gather up daily habits or daily uses or whatever, so we can learn from the machine on what is in this world and what's toxic and what it's doing to the body, and to get it out, because we're a living computer and we're downloading information. So this light, these higher entities operate through us, as God is light and we are the lampstand. So these higher entities can come into us. That's where I told you, like in my wreck where I should have died, crashed the pole in the 70 miles an hour. There's a light that surrounded me. So that's just one like carnal example to give the so-called carnal person how these things operate, because at that time, my wife, I didn't know her at the time, but she had a wreck and totaled her car, and then we had a few times where we saw things in the sky or the mothership together, or I saw a craft and then try her to get it, and then seeing it was gone by then, or however it all worked out. But these different things happen, and then either way. So the aliens and technology and AI and all these things would be working through men or whatever, to where the men is actually the aliens put before you. All right. There could be aliens in the ground, and then aliens up here in the sky, and one operates through sound and one operates through light, and together that's how they control things. So that's where you can see like the light coming together to where the parasite and the dark light and the shadows and the white light and all those things, the dark and the light, they go together. But the as hell breaks open, heaven breaks open as well. So this would be where we're shown a volcano, whatever, but they could CGI a mothership. It could be a real mothership or a CGI. You have to understand that the CGI and the AI and all these things are that Christ return, gathering up all living members. So the consciousness of man is coming together to create these things. Okay, so once it creates these things, then our world creates it in that kind of way. So and also that's where the light's given, and then it's given and then gathered up in a way, and as it's gathered up, it's given out to the hive in a filtered way, and that's where everybody sees God. They're taught God is light, but they're taught God is this thing over here, this begotten Son, blah, 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 or whatever. But God is the us and our, and we are God's, and all these things. We're the sons of God, so that's where you get this duality going on. But the sons of God go and set up the rulers of darkness, in a matter of speaking, and it has to be filtered out before it's given to the hive to eat as honey. So that's where they gather. They have your Area 51. They do all these things, and they preset the word alien and saying God. God crashed into Earth in a craft, right? They preset it with aliens or whatever, and this is where the lab rat gets in. They get a reward and risk and whatever, and the reward system is going to the movies, getting your popcorn, getting your soda, whatever, and okay, and it just kind of transfers into the conscious, subconscious, or whatever, and then it's like type of worship, and then so when the God appears, the light appears, or the mothership, or the New Jerusalem, or the holy city, whatever you want to call it, and the holy city comes up out of the volcano or whatever, that could like really be there, and everybody's saying, well, that's blue beam, it really doesn't exist, don't go there, okay? But you really got to go to the cube that just came out or whatever for that Hitchhiker's Guide number 42, all right, 420. So either way, little alien speak for you.